Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the news. Before we begin, a quick look at the headlines. Former Meghalaya Chief Secretary Rebecca Vanessa Suchiang, first tribal Khasi woman to hold the post, passes away at 64. East Khasi Hills Police felicitates traffic personnel and home guards for dedicated service in managing Shillong's traffic. East Khasi Hills administration inspects MEGHALAYA River to tackle pollution and prevent waste from entering River. And 65th Subroto Cup International Football Tournament begins in New Delhi. Meghalaya's Little Star School under-17 girls face Chandigarh. Starting off with local news in detail. Former Meghalaya Chief Secretary Rebecca Vanessa Suchiang, the first tribal Khasi woman to hold the post, passed away on Tuesday at the age of 64 following a prolonged illness. A 1989 batch IAS officer, Suchiang served as Meghalaya's Chief Secretary from September 2021 and later became the state's first woman Chief Information Commissioner, taking oath in April 2025. She had been undergoing treatment at Nigram's since August 13th and passed away around 5 a.m. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma expressed grief over her passing and praised her leadership, dedication and contribution to the state. He said her service and commitment to Meghalaya would be remembered. The East Khasi Hills Police today felicitated traffic police personnel and home guards at the Police Reserve Jail Road in recognition of their dedicated service in managing traffic across Shillong. Superintendent of Police Vivek CM appreciated their efforts despite long hours on the roads, difficult weather conditions and criticism from the public. He said traffic personnel are the visible face of the Meghalaya Police and play a vital role in ensuring the safe and smooth movement of vehicles, including giving way to emergency services. The SP urged personnel to remain firm while enforcing traffic rules and appealed to the public to cooperate with police to improve road safety and reduce accidents.
Initiating this felicitation for viewers who actually brave the sun, the rain, the heat, the heat from the public, the heat from the drivers, the risk we put ourselves when we actually instill discipline in drivers, in regulating traffic, in making sure that vehicles move, in making sure that we communicate to the other points that yes, we have an ambulance going, we need to clear this, we have somebody who needs to get in an emergency. You are multitasking, you are thinking, you are stopping, you are moving the vehicles, you are holding a set, you are communicating. And you are braving many hazards of smoke, dust, rain. It is no joke to stand there for 8 hours.
The East Khasi Hills District Administration today conducted a joint inspection of the MEGHALAYA River at Urkaliar to assess pollution and prevent waste from entering the River. Led by Deputy Commissioner Abhilash Baranwal, the inspection included local headmen, the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board, Meghalaya Basin Management Agency and Operation Cleanup. The administration plans to bring stakeholders together to formulate an SOP defining responsibilities for sustained river cleaning and pollution prevention. Operation Cleanup has been conducting fortnightly cleanup drives along the MEGHALAYA since 2019. The new approach will focus on both removing existing waste and addressing pollution at its source.
What I'll do is I'll call a meeting in my office.
Yes, sir. Starting from your office, sir. That's
Yes,
better
yes.
than
I'm
you come
starting
to the
from our
site.
office, yes.
Yeah.
Then,
I feel that's better.
no, but then I wanted to see for myself what kind of pollution is coming also, because I should also not be chairing the meeting and without having any knowledge about it.
Let us start from there, sir.
Stay one morning, we'll go along with from top to down.
Yes, sir.
Spend some time on the
Because
social media, and then after
GTC
that,
also you have to take them in boat, sir.
Okay.
we
Because
call
the
everybody.
river comes from there.
Well, let's
from
do
that
one
end.
thing, that is why.
Not even GTC, even this army here nearby also. I used to see them dumping the waste. Yes.
Yeah. We have a drone.
The District Development Coordination and Monitoring Committee, DISHA, held its 2026 review meeting in Tura today, chaired by Tura MP Salang A. Sangma. The meeting reviewed the implementation of major government schemes including PMAYG, Jal Jeevan Mission, NRLM, PMGSY, NHM and Swachh Bharat Mission. The MP stressed the need to verify whether sanctioned projects are being implemented effectively on the ground and ensure accountability. During the meeting, Sangma also raised concerns over a rise in non-tribal residents in Gambak Grey and asked the DC to investigate the matter, citing suspected illegal migration. DISHA members also sought clarification on project progress and fund utilization.
Every officers, every department, at least I believe you have come with exercise, at least to give us detail whatever schemes, projects that has been sent, because this is not just an exercise, it is to look at whether the scheme whichever has been sanctioned and sent to the government of Meghalaya, whether it has been executed as per the rule or not, all those things will be looked into.
No Hindu at all, except only when one, two Hajoms in that Chopra, otherwise no Muslims at all. But 22 numbers is a shocking number. You know, it can increase up to 100 numbers within no time. So these illegal laborers, illegal residents, all those things should be checked seriously.
JNC Western Zone President Hamehi Bamon has filed an FIR at Jawai Police Station against the Facebook page Nongkindong Daily for allegedly spreading false information. Bamon said the page falsely claimed that the JNC Central President had urged the public to vote for an NPP candidate in the upcoming MP election to promote state development. He termed the allegation baseless and said the JNC president had instead urged voters to make informed decisions and remain vigilant against misleading statements. The JNC expressed concern over the alleged misinformation and has sought action against the page.
Mentagsi wan sepi ba ban pensiau nak bentar ke kubur top bala penmi menin hak kerteng jong ke Facebook page Nongkindong Daily te ia kane ke kubur top la thok hang tu nak bentar jong presiden rang ba jongi ba da ka ba kisu thau ba da ka ba yalam baklai ba da ka kentin ba ong kumne ba lomba kedur ke jongu ba ke jing thok la thok da menur utrai jong kata ke page te hak ta kentin la ong hang ta ba presiden rang ba jong ka JNC ula pat la aware na bentai kipek ba jong apok jong ke khasi bat jaintia ban yawan ban ya support lang ban ya tap ke vote ban ya kerchan ban ai ya ke vote chaka NPP hakane ka election MP Suchiang semua te nakaliang kejongi ni sausi jor haduk kata namar ba katkum ke jingkren jong presiden rang ba jongi ha ka page jong ka Jantia National Council JNC la ula kren ke video da ka ba u sneng bat u kentiu ya kibril jong kerilum Jantia bat khasi.
The Meghalaya State Skill Development Society today began phase 2 of its recruitment drive at the ITI campus in Clariat, serving youth from Wapung block. The youth offers opportunities across multiple sectors with more than 10,000 jobs and 6,000 employers participating, including some international opportunities. Deputy Commissioner of East Jaintia Hills Manish Kumar said the initiative is a major opportunity for youth, particularly school dropouts and job seekers. Officials said sectors such as beauty services, hospitality and construction are among those being highlighted. Youth who have already registered online can attend by providing their names, while others can register at the venue. The drive will also continue at Latirke and Lomshnong on August 20th and 21st.
This is a big opportunity for all the youths of this district, especially who are dropout and who are seeking job after class 10th or after 12th. So please come and enroll for this recruitment drive. And this is the opportunity that is giving you not just one field or one sector, but this is giving you opportunity across the sectors like service sector, manufacturing sector, and not within this country only, but abroad also. So this will give you immense benefit to the society, and through the wide publicity and a broad media coverage, I would like to request all of you to please disseminate this information so that maximum number of our youth from the district can take the benefit of this initiative. And we hope that this initiative will be a grand success in the district, and we hope to see many of our youth can engage in the meaningful economic activity within the country and abroad as well.
Civil Society Women's Organization General Secretary Christabel Wanyang has alleged irregularities in the land compensation process for the proposed Umyam-Silchar high-speed corridor in Ribhoi. The rupees 22,864 crore, 166.8 kilometer Umyam-Silchar high-speed corridor will include the Umyam-Umroi-Nongra stretch, she said. Wanyang claimed the name of the 8th village headman appears in a compensation notification for 5 plots allegedly belonging to the community. She questioned how community land could be listed under an individual's name and alleged that villagers were not adequately informed about the process. The CSWO has demanded a fresh public hearing and removal of names of people who do not own the land. Wanyang warned that the organization would approach the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways if the authorities fail to act.
Ban kren hakabede bat kani kakam ba kani kasulong kam kta tang ya kani kasnong gajongi kan kta wiki snong nadu umyam hadu selsyar kani kan du doang tay po asam selsyar mo henry nakaliang jongi terter kanian nang meter kat kibayap dia kan du tray sejantia terter ngasuso ikum kini ke berkhot nganget bet bakan don nakani ka amount jong ka ar pu arajar prasta andre pusau kror ngan ong ipi kan lute ya kapisa jongi upat ba ko upat ba ka brih nyutrep wat ju ong bakane kapisa kadai kapisa jong kasorka henry tutip bakane kapisa kadai kapisa ka jong pi kabangin der litit bam gin litit di ngitit jang ngitit net ka tax kalau don lupa ban ot yangi ban yo ban penyo ya kini kiski ma gini kidong kitan bat ki Sinong di tao, bat akastir i kajongi lengba kani kapisa kabangi ay mangi omday kapisa jong kasorka.
A look at regional news. In Manipur, 46 cadres of the Kangle Pak Communist Party KCP surrendered with 20 assorted arms at a homecoming ceremony following the Chief Minister's appeal to militants to give up violence. This is the first major surrender since the appeal was made on August 12th. The Manipur police assured continued support for the verification and rehabilitation process, stressing the need for genuine renunciation of violence and adherence to the law. The Chief Minister and officials also urged remaining militant groups to surrender through legal mechanism and return to peaceful, lawful life.
This is the first homecoming after the Honorable Chief Minister
urged the cadres to surrender during the display of seized arms on the 12th of this month. The return of these cadres to the mainstream is a welcome development. It demonstrates that even after years of separation from normal society, a return to a peaceful and lawful life remains possible. By giving up armed activities, they are choosing to return to their families, communities and responsibilities as citizens. Manipur police will continue to discharge its constitutional responsibility with determination. At the same time, where individuals genuinely renounce violence and seek reintegration, we will support the lawful process of surrender, verification and rehabilitation.
Moving on to national stories. The 12th BRICS Environment Ministers meeting was held at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi today, bringing together ministers, policy makers and experts to strengthen environmental cooperation among member countries. Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav chaired the meeting under India's 2026 BRICS theme, Building for Resilience, Innovation, Cooperation and Sustainability. In his address, Yadav said India has reduced its pollution emission intensity by more than 37% between 2005 and 2022, while over half of the country's total power capacity now comes from clean sources. He reaffirmed India's commitment to consensus-based cooperation and a humanity-first approach. 4 knowledge compendiums on environmental practices and innovations were also unveiled.
We draw inspiration from the vision articulated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. I quote, "Our goal will be to redefine BRICS as a building resilience and innovation for cooperation and sustainability. Just as we brought inclusivity to our G20 presidency and placed the concern of the global south at the forefront of the agenda, similarly, during our presidency of BRICS, we will advance in this forum with a people-centric approach and the spirit of humanity first," unquote. Excellencies, as nations pursue their development aspirations, they are navigating an increasingly complex environmental reality. The impact of climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution, the triple planetary crisis together with growing disaster risk are affecting communities and ecosystems worldwide. These challenges are particularly significant for developing countries, where environmental vulnerability is often closely intertwined with broader development priorities.
वहाँ जाने के लिए सिलेक्शन का प्रोसेस प्रारंभ हुआ होगा, तो इंस्ट्रक्टर्स जो रहे होंगे, जो इस नतीजे पर पहुंचे होंगे, यह बेटी, ये कोई आसान काम नहीं है। इसके लिए भी मैं सभी बेटियों को अपनी तरफ से बधाई देता हूं। और ये फिजिकल फिटनेस के साथ साथ आपके मेंटल टफनेस की भी यह परीक्षा है, और आप सब उसमें फ्लाइंग कलर्स के साथ पास हुई हैं। आप सबकी हिम्मत को तो देखकर यही लग रहा है कि भारत की बेटियां किसी भी ऊंचाई को छू सकती हैं, और हमारी ये बेटियां दुनिया की सबसे टफ चैलेंजेस का भी सामना करने में रंच मात्र संकोच नहीं करेंगी, न करती हैं।
BJP National President Nitin Nabin has appointed new state in charges for Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Gujarat. Vinod Taude has been appointed Uttar Pradesh in charge, with Jagdish Ishwar Bhai Patel as co-in charge. Dr. Satish Punia will be in charge of Punjab in charge, while Tarun Chugh has been appointed Gujarat in charge. Speaking to the media, Nabin said the new team would take forward Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision and resolve for India's future.
मैं मानता हूं कि
ये भाजपा के भविष्य की टीम है, भविष्य के भारत की टीम है और मैं इस टीम को बहुत शुभकामना देता हूं और कहीं न कहीं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के विजन को, प्रधानमंत्री के संकल्प को ये टीम जमीन स्तर पर लेके जाएगी और कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ एक संबंध, जनता के साथ संवाद और निश्चित रूप से एक संकल्प के साथ काम करेगी।
News around the world. US President Donald Trump has praised India's voter identification system, citing it as a model for stricter election rules in the United States. Referring to a conversation with India's Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar, Trump questioned how elections could be conducted without mandatory photo identification. He renewed his call for Congress to pass the Save America Act, which proposes documentary proof of US citizenship and government-issued photo ID for federal voting, voter registration and voting. Trump noted that around 642 million people voted in India's latest general election with valid photo identification required.
And finally, we will pass the Save America Act to defend our sacred American elections. Because all voters must have photo ID and all voters must provide proof of citizenship. Have to do it. We have to do it. And mail-in ballots, we're going to make them so secure you have no idea. If you want to stay home, you can do it, but we got to make them secure because they are crooked as hell. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Lastly, news around sports. Northeast United FC staged a stunning second-half comeback to defeat Shillong Lajong FC 5-2 on Monday and booked their place in the Durand Cup semi-finals. Shillong Lajong led 2-1 at half-time, but the Highlanders struck 4 times in the second half to seal a convincing win. Alaidin Ajaray was the star of the match, scoring a hat-trick for Northeast United. Northeast United have now reached the Durand Cup semi-finals for the 4th consecutive time and will face Mohan Bagan Supergiant in the second semi-final in Shillong on Thursday. The 65th Subrata Cup International Football Tournament began today in New Delhi as teams from across the country vie for the coveted championship trophy. Representing Meghalaya is the under-17 girls team of Little Star English Medium High Secondary School, Eastern West Khasi Hills, which is playing against Chandigarh this evening. The match is underway at Dr. Ambedkar Stadium. The tournament, being held from August 18th to September 25th, promotes grassroots football and nurtures young sporting talent. Organized by the Air Force Sports Control Board, the Subrata Cup has also attracted teams from several countries over the years. Here's the weather report for today. In Tura, the minimum temperature stands at 24 degrees Celsius with maximum temperature at 31 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 74%. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature stands at 20 degrees Celsius with maximum temperature at 26 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 77% and the rainfall recorded was 2 mm. Lastly, in Jowai, the minimum temperature stands at 20 degrees Celsius with maximum temperature at 27 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 80%. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says moderate rain is likely to occur at many places. Before we wind up, a recap of the headlines. Former Meghalaya Chief Secretary Rebecca Vanessa Suchiang, first tribal Khasi woman to hold the post, passes away at 64. East Khasi Hills Police felicitates traffic personnel and home guards for dedicated service in managing Shillong's traffic. East Khasi Hills administration inspects Kalyar River to tackle pollution and prevent waste from entering Kha River. And 65th Subroto Cup International Football Tournament begins in New Delhi. Meghalaya's Little Star School under-17 girls face Chandigarh. With that, dear viewers, we come to the end of the news bulletin. For more updates, join us tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Until then, goodbye.